Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I've spent a long time moving all of my physical collection onto my handheld systems. So I've been doing a lot of retro gaming. So I just wanted to talk about some of the retro games that I've been playing. So let's take a look at what I've been playing. First up then you can see Perfect Dark. So I don't ever really remember playing the story mode of this because it came out when I was about 10 years old. But I played this so much as a kid because if my friends weren't around, I think this was probably one of the first games where you could have solo multiplayer. So you could have bots. I imagine there was probably a few games on the PC that you could do that, but certainly on a console, it's the first game that I can remember that you was able to have bots on multiplayer. One of my favourite facts is the Air Force One level. They had no concept of what the inside of the plane looked like, so they had to actually use the Harrison Ford film Air Force One, and they used that to actually create the designs for the level because they couldn't obviously take images off the internet. There was no way of just searching what does Air Force One look like. So I love the fact that they probably all just sat around in an office watching Air Force One on video at the time in order to design a level. Do you remember this game then growing up? Did you play a lot of GoldenEye and then moved on to Perfect Dark as well? It's obviously not held up as well as I'd hoped, but it's still a really fun game to play. Next up then, Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube. I just absolutely love this game. And if you go online and search this game, the amount of people who want this game remade, it must be the most wanted remaster of a game. And I know there's probably licensing issues and all that, but the amount of money I think this would generate, it just seems stupid to not come to some sort of agreement to remake this game. So I'm actually playing this on my Retroid Pocket 2 Plus, which I'm quite amazed that it can actually run this. And it does run it really well. And obviously on that smaller screen, it looks fantastic. Obviously when I'm watching this back on the TV and as I'm editing it, it looks a bit blurry. It doesn't look very good, but I can tell you playing this on a smaller screen, it's held up really well. What do you think then? Do you think we'll ever get a remaster of this game, or is that just kind of hoping for too much? I think we will eventually. I think there'll be too much demand for them to ignore it, or maybe even a follow-up game instead of a remaster would be really cool. Next then, we've got Ultimate Spider-Man for the Game Boy Advance. I absolutely love this game. I like the concept of swapping between Spider-Man and Venom. I love that concept of having to basically eat people to keep your health up in order to not die throughout the level. I think it's actually made really well. To say this is done with, what, 4 buttons? I think actually the gameplay holds up really well. The cartoon graphics, they still look really good today. If you can get a backlit Game Boy Advance as well, it looks even better. So yeah, really, really fun Spider-Man game. Next up then, we've got Vice City Stories for the PSP. So I never played this growing up. Came out in 2006, but I managed to find a copy in a charity shop a couple of months ago. So I've just getting around to playing it, and actually I'm really surprised at how they managed to put this game onto a handheld device all the way back in 2006, and still in 2022 I think it looks really good, particularly on a smaller screen. You'll see there's a bit of a trend. So I love cel shaded artwork, and I think if you're a retro gamer, any games that use cel shaded artwork, they do tend to last a lot longer. And again, if you're playing them on a smaller screen, they look even better. You put anything on a bigger TV from a retro system, it's not going to look great. But GameCube, PSP, you play them on a handheld device, and I think they still look really, really good. We talk a lot about Switch on the channel, but I really love retro gaming. I've still got all of my consoles and I still go out and collect games. So I'm going to start to introduce some retro stuff onto the channel, but still sticking with all of the Switch reviews and Steam reviews and things like that. But I'm going to start playing some older games. So let me know what retro games I should check out. What's your favourite retro game? And also, what's your favourite handheld console, whether it's a retro one or maybe you're just playing on the Steam Deck? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. See you in the next video.